Okay, take out your flipped math book and go to the next page. Okay, on the top of your page, you'll see this box. Go ahead and write 8.1, and then let's look at our title and write that down. Today we will be dividing fractions with whole numbers. Give you a second, and if you need to, pause the video and write down that title. Alright, once you have that written down, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a problem that has a fraction and we're dividing it with a whole number. So over here on the right, I have a story problem and it says, I run 2 miles every day. I stop for water every 1/4 mile. How many times do I stop for water? Now, the first step that we've learned with story problems is we read the problem and we find out what is it asking. And so over here, just to help us remember the steps, we read and then we find out what is it asking. So over here, we're going to go over here and look. And we'll read it again. It says, okay, I run 2 miles every day. I stop for water every 1/4 mile. How many times do I stop for water? Now, something that I like to do is I like to find the numbers that we're going to use, and one of them looks like we will use 2 miles. And it looks like I'm stopping every 1/4 mile. And let's find out what is it asking us. And that's usually at the end. It says, how many times do I stop for water? So not too bad. So for this problem, instead of looking at the algorithm first, I want to draw it out. And so I'm going to grab my pencil here, and you're going to do this in your book. You will follow along with me because you will be turning this in tomorrow. So I'm going to draw this line, and that's going to represent 1 mile. And I am running 2 miles, and so I'll draw one more of those lines. It says I'm stopping every 1/4 mile. Now, with our basic fractions, we know that if we add 1/4, we'd have to add it 4 times to make a mile. It'd be 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So what I'll do is I'll break this up into fourths. And let's write each 1/4 in. So I run a fourth, a fourth, a fourth, and a fourth, and I'll do that on the second mile. Now, every time I run a 1/4 of a mile, it looks like I'm stopping for water. So what I'll do here is, this is my first stop. I stop for water. And then I stop again. Run another fourth, stop again, then I'd run another fourth. And that gets me to 1 mile. And if I keep going on my second mile, run a fourth and I stop, get water, run another fourth, stop, and get water, get another, run another fourth, stop and get water, and then finally hit 2 miles and stop for water. Now if I count how many times I stopped, it looks like I stopped 8 times. Alright, so it looks like that 2 miles, and we're stopping every quarter mile, so we're dividing it up into fourths, equals 8. Now today we are not doing the algorithm, we are going to just draw out our answers. So when you come to class tomorrow, we will be practicing how to draw out the answers to dividing fractions with a whole number. See you tomorrow.